正解。
Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage, Chapter 224, Imperial Edict. Whichever eye you use, I'll dig that eye out. He dared to even speak of such treats brazenly, not caring of Lu Zhengzhuan's and Emperor Yongli's presences. Lu Zhengzhuan was so angry that he almost looked up to heavens. Xi Jingxing clearly meant to make Yi Hongguang change his statement in front of him. How could someone be that overbearing? Now tell me again. Xi Jingxing played with the gold ingot in his head and spoke carelessly. What did you see? How would Yi Hongguang experience such a battle? Most likely he had not thought that there was someone who would dare to be so unreasonable in front of the emperor. Under much panic, he looked towards Yi Mai for help because among all these people present, the only person who was related to him was Yi Mai. However, what made Yi Hongguang disappointed was that Yi Mai did not help him at all and instead lowered her head to avoid Yi Hongguang's gaze. Like that, Yi Hongguang was even more helpless. Emperor Yongli and Empress Xiande did not speak. Lu Zhengzhuan was initially arrogant and irritating, but Xi Jingxing had a personality that would not take any disadvantage. When both of them faced one another, it was Lu Zhengzhuan who would suffer. Thus, both of them would not speak at all. Even though Lu Zhengzhuan was irritated by Xi Jingxing, he dared not make a move easily. Emperor Yongli still had the identity of the emperor, and moreover all pretenses were not torn off yet, but it was different with Xi Jingxing. In the beginning, when Xi Jingxing returned to Longyi, there were also officials who pointed out suspicion points of Xi Jingxing in the imperial court, and this person nodded along with all smiles to it. But not long after, which one of those officials had a good ending? Xi Jingxing was a vicious person and would seek revenge for the smallest grievances, so unless it was the last resort, one could not tear all pretenses off in front of him. Yi Hongguang was unwilling to speak, and at this time Shen Miao was instead calmed down. She walked up and stood beside Xi Jingxing, looking at that youth in the wheelchair, and said, "Did you really see me pushing down Consort Jing?" Yi Hongguang raised his head to look at her. Shen Miao was after all a female, so Yi Hongguang was not so afraid of her. Although his expression was a little unnaturally, he had more courage and nodded firmly after hesitation. She said, "All right, then tell me where you were at that time." Yi Hongguang was startled. "Are you on top of the steps or at the bottom of the steps?" Shen Miao slowed her voice and there was warmth in her words, like she was a gentle older sister. However, Yi Hongguang suddenly became anxious because of her question and shrank his neck. Yi Mai, who was kneeling on the floor with her head down, also slightly trembled. Shen Miao did not give him the opportunity to think and was pushing him when she asked, "Recalled? Is it on top or bottom?" Bottom. Yi Hongguang said. Shen Miao smiled gently. Lu Zhengzhuan and Lu Furen looked at her with anger, seemingly annoyed that she could still laugh at such an occasion. Empress Xiande was slightly relaxed, while Emperor Yongli stared at Shen Miao, and Xi Jingxing folded his arms and looked at Yi Hongguang with a smile, but not a smile. "That is really strange," Shen Miao said. "That stairs is very long, and it is because of that reason that Consort Jing would be this injured after falling. With such a long staircase and you are standing below, how would you be able to see clearly me, who was standing at the top?" One fears that even Consort Jing's shadow could not be seen. Yi Hongguang stilled for a moment. He was young and did not leave the residence doors all year long, thus he was already very nervous seeing Emperor Longla, and now that Shen Miao spoke like this, there was panic in his expression. Yi Mai slowly balled her fist. Shen Miao asked, "Young Master Yi, think about it again. Could it be that one did not remember if one was above or below?" Yi Hongguang quickly said, "Above." "I remembered. It was above." He repeated it again confidently. Yi Mai, who was on the floor, suddenly shrugged her shoulders, as if she was somewhat discouraged. Shen Miao was still smiling, but her gaze became sharp as she said, "Oh, young Master Yi's legs are an inconvenience, thus with such a long staircase, One think that it would not be possible to go up alone and there should be someone that carried you up or perhaps carried your wheelchair up. There should be servants by your side. So how could one say that it was only you who saw me pushing, but how about your servant? In that moment the entire room became quiet. There were large beads of sweat appearing on Yi Hongguang's forehead. His face was red and he could not speak for a moment, as if one was overwhelmed with guilty conscience. Emperor Yongle said coldly, "Do you know the offense of deceiving the monarch?" The offense of deceiving the monarch was something that one could lose the head. It was Yi Hongguang that could not withstand being scared. One had to know that those smarter would be able to search for excuse from Shen Miao words. For example, the servant went to retrieve something and left him alone, or even other. In any ways, usually people would not admit to their offenses that obediently and would fight back. However, Yi Hongguang admitted to his lies this easily, and that showed that he did not often do such a thing and was not very skilled. If it was Yi Mai, a veteran at this, it would be much easier for her to lie with her eyes wide open. Zi Jingxing's lips raised. Older imperial brother. Official family members knew of the crime and yet did it. It is an additional offense and would be directly thrown to the Justice Department and perhaps be paraded, he said lazily, else anyone could bully the people of the residence of Prince Ruai. If so, then how would I live on? Zi Jingxing was clearly avenging private wrongs with public methods. However, he was not a good-natured person and had never had a good impression of the Yi family, so when he said all these, he had no hesitation at all. However, Yi Mai's face turned white and Lu Zhengzhuan's face became ugly. Killing a chicken in front of a monkey. At one glance one would know who was the chicken and who was the monkey. Empress Xianda said, "Yi Hongguang, how dare you lie in the palace and even slander Ruai Wangpei?" Her severe expression scared Yi Hongguang so much that he almost cried. However, Yi Mai ignored him, and as he did not have anyone familiar in the palace, he was very helpless. The young master of the Yi family is young and it is understandable that he saw incorrectly. Most likely he saw Consort Jing fall and in a moment of urgency wanted to catch the murderer and had misunderstood. Shen Miao helped Yi Hongguang to exonerate himself. Everyone was indeed shocked by her action. Yi Hongguang slandered Shen Miao, and even though Shen Miao was not a vicious person, she was never merciful to those who had harmed her. From the examples of the second and third household of the Shen family to the imperial family of Mingqi, when had she been soft? Thus at this moment when she gave the other a way out, it was indeed doubtful. Zi Jingxing also raised his brows. Shen Miao slightly bent her body to be on the same eye level with Yi Hongguang before speaking warmly. Or was it that you heard others speaking something and misunderstood me? Did someone taught you to speak like this? Yi Hongguang's body suddenly trembled. Shen Miao was close to him and was able to see clearly the flusteredness in Yi Hongguang's eyes. Yi Hongguang actually did not know to lie well, even though he had appear a little, but almost everyone could see that he was lying. Zi Jingxing's eyes became sharp, but Yi Hongguang lifted his head again and looked at Shen Miao firmly. No one taught me. No one taught him, but he no longer insists that Shen Miao was the culprit. Shen Miao said, "I understand." Empress Xianda frowned and thought about it before speaking. The matter of Consort Jing would be handed over to the Ministry of Justice to manage. Yi Hongguang, since you have lied, it would mean that you are not truthful. The most urgent task is to check if there are assassins in the palace, and Consort Jing's body have to be collected. Finally she looked towards the husband and wife of the Lu family. Does General Lu still have anything to say? At the end, her tone of voice had some mocking tone. Lu Zhengzhuan glanced at Empress Xianda and he sighed in his heart. Initially, when Emperor Yongle doted on Consort Jing, they had looked forward for Consort Jing to replace the position of Empress Xianda, but no one was able to grasp any fault of hers with her actions, and it had been unsuccessful for so many years. Lu Jing blew some air by Emperor Yongle's pillow, but at the end was unable to let Emperor Yongle have any intention to depose the Empress. It was with great difficulty that Lu Jing was pregnant, but at this critical juncture, when they could have won this round, who knew that heavens was unpredictable and it was like using a wicker basket to draw water. In fact, Lu Jingxuan knew that it was too late to say anything now that Lu Jing was already dead, but he was unable to reconcile with it and hoped that Emperor Yongle would be able to compensate something for him. He was this annoying and this angry, not because of the heartache of his daughter's death but felt pity for this dragon grandchild. When Zi Jingxing suddenly appeared, Lu Jingxuan put aside his temper as when comparing about viciousness. This Prince Ruai did things in extreme and was even more sinister. Knowing that there would not be anything today no matter what happened, Lu Jingxuan said unwillingly, "This official obeys your majesty's command." At the other hand, there was a flash of killing intention in Emperor Yongle's eyes. The husband and wife of the Lu family left. From entering the palace to leaving the palace, they had not seen the late consort Jing at all, as if she was not their daughter. After they left, Emperor Yongle said, "You all also return." Empress Xianda looked somewhat surprised at Emperor Yongle. This Yi Mai and Yi Hongguang, one was with consort Jing at that time, and even though there was a Chiron that testified for her, all doubts could not be washed away. The other one was one who slandered Shen Miao. Even if these two were not the culprit, one could not let them go. However, Emperor Yongle seemed like he did not plan to pursue it. Empress Xianda was puzzled, but after seeing Emperor Yongle slightly move his body, her heart was in shock. She did not care about anything else and said immediately, "Yes, return now." Zi Jingxing frowned but did not say anything, but inside looked coldly at Yi Mai, who was thinking, and Yi Hongguang that was helped up by the servant before rushing out. He said, "Since there is nothing the matter, this younger official brother would withdraw first." Zi Jingxing would not conceal his emotions in front of Emperor Yongle, and apparently he was not happy at how Emperor Yongle handled the matter. Shen Miao and Zi Jingxing left Jinghua Palace together, and when they walked towards the exit of the palace, they encountered the Yi Mai and younger brother. Shen Miao was slightly stunned, but that Yi Hongguang suddenly instructed the servant to stop, and he turned over to look at Shen Miao. Seemingly there was something to talk to her. At that moment Zi Jingxing's expression was not good to look at. The Yi family people were now classified as dangerous people to him, and what would happen if something happened when these dangerous people get close to Shen Miao? Thus he followed closely, and the dagger hidden in his sleeves was quietly withdrawn from its scabbard. Shen Miao saw that youth stopped in front of her, and Yi Mai, who was not afar, looked over with a complicated expression. It looked like she seemed to want to come over to stop Yi Hongguang's action, but Tai Yi and Kong Yang was hindering it, and thus she dared not more. Yi Hongguang lifted his head up and looked at her. His face was red and he looked very shy as he spoke. "Sorry." He seemed to want to say more and hesitated for a moment, but at the end he did not say anything. He then looked at Shen Miao again before pushing the wheelchair to leave. Zi Jingxing raised his brows and did not seem to understand what Yi Hongguang was doing. Shen Miao looked at this back figure, but her expression became somewhat complicated. On the journey back in the carriage, Zi Jingxing watched as Shen Miao did not speak and said, "Let the Moyu army capture that fellow and lock him up for a day or two. Then he would tell us who is the mastermind." He was talking about Yi Hongguang. With regards to Yi Hongguang's performance today at Jinghua Palace, only fools would not believe if one said that there was no one behind him telling him to slander Shen Miao. Shen Miao rolled her eyes at Zi Jingxing. What is there to say? Other than Yi Mai, who else could it be? Those little tricks and details that Yi Mai used might be able to conceal from others, but not her. Then why are you still not happy? Zi Jingxing pinched her face. You also look very strange when looking at that fellow. Is there anything that I don't know about? His eyes squinted. Shen Miao brushed his hand away. Do you remember about that dream I spoke to you about? That I have a son and daughter in it? Zi Jingxing's joking expression paused as he looked towards her. The first time when I saw Yi Hongguang, one felt that he was just too similar to the child in the dream. I thought that he was the child in the dream, but he stood at Yi Mai's side and helped Yi Mai slander me. To be honest, I am very upset. Shen Miao said, but afterwards I looked carefully and discovered that they were not similar. They only looked similar. Speaking of which, upon thinking about it now, there were only 7 or 8 similar. There are still many things different. After a brief surprise and upset, Shen Miao had paid close attention to that beautiful youth. From a glance, there was almost no difference between him and Fu Ming, but their temperaments were very different. As Fu Ming was unable to gain Fu Ziyuyi's favor, and because she was in an opposing relationship with Mai Furen, he was matured quite early. Fu Ming's magnanimity, honesty, kindness and straightforwardness were the qualities that what a monarch should have. However, when facing this child, he was like a normal young master of an official family. Most likely because of his legs, he had some inferiority. Fu Ming would not lie. Fu Ming would not stand at Yi Mai's side. Fu Ming would definitely not help Yi Mai to deal with her. The most important thing was that when Shen Miao stood in front of that child, there were no waves in her heart. There were some emotional connection between mother and child, so if he was Fu Ming, she would be able to feel it and her heart would not be able to be that calm. Yi Hongguang was not Fu Ming and only looked similar to Fu Ming. She was almost confused, but she quickly reacted. No one could understand one's own child like a mother, so there was no Fu Ming's shadow in Yi Hongguang. This made Shen Miao disappointed, but at the same time also relief. If Fu Ming really became the Yi family people in this lifetime, the Yi family would make use of him to deal with Shen Miao, and this was something that Shen Miao was most unwilling to see. Similar? Zi Jingxing said unconvincingly, so you are particularly tolerant towards him? Perhaps it's this reason. Shen Miao said, one is unable to be vicious towards that face. Moreover, you are also clear that the culprit of this matter is another. Yi Hongguang was only made use by others, and one fear that he do not lie often. One is between laughter and tears at his lying appearance. It is just that I am very curious. Shen Miao continued. If this matter is truly related to Yi Mai, then why would Yi Mai push consort Jing? This is not the way of doing things. One felt that it is just too sloppy. Zi Jingxing smiled. Or is it just only an accident? Accident? Shen Miao said doubtfully. At the same time, Yi Mai and Yi Hongguang was in the carriage on the way back to the residence. Yi Hongguang had been very restless as the servant carried him to the carriage and sat him by Yi Mai's side. However, the normally warm and gentle-speaking Yi Mai had not been speaking to him after boarding the carriage, making Yi Hongguang feel somewhat restless. Just as he wanted to speak, Yi Mai suddenly spoke. Third younger brother, what did you speak to Wang Pei of first rank just now? Yi Mai was smiling, and the smile was the same as it was normally, but one did not know why Yi Hongguang felt somewhat fearful. He paused and said softly, I said sorry to her. Yi Mai's expression changed slightly. Wang Pei looked like a good person. Yi Hongguang lowered his head and spoke softly. I slandered her like that, but she was not angry at all and even treated me amiably. She is a good person and did not look down on a crippled person like me. Eldest sister, I have lied and wrongly accused a good person. My heart feels restless. Did I not said before? Yi Mai said, if you do not speak like this, the Emperor and Empress would definitely be suspicious of me. It is alright that the suspicion land on me, but it would implicate the entire Yi family. Could it be that you want to see father and mother being implicated? The people of the imperial family would not care about right or wrong. Parents are already old, and to be tormented like this. Reputation is a small matter. What if one's health is impacted? Those words were already somewhat rude. Yi Mai had always been polite and kind to Yi Hongguang, and Yi Hongguang also liked this older sister that looked like a fairy. For the first time being blamed by Yi Mai, and there was even some faint anger in it. Yi Hongguang did not felt good in his heart. He dared not speak anything more and only listened to Yi Mai continuing. Moreover, how do you know that she was being wrongly accused? Wang Pei had said that it was not her. The Emperor and her ladyship the Empress also trusted her. Yi Hongguang said in a soft voice, older sister, why does one need to lie? Why not let them suspect you and one must point out Wang Pei? Yi Mai finally showed anger on her face, and she almost looked at Yi Hongguang sinisterly. You would rather believe her than to trust your older sister? Yi Hongguang shook his head. I only felt that Wang Pei is not such a person. Yi Mai could not express her annoyance when she heard the words of believing Shen Miao. Emperor Yongle was like that. Empress Xianda was also as such. Prince Ruai was also like that, and now even Yi Hongguang was like that. What kind of magic did Shen Miao have that could always earn others' trust? Even she could not gain any benefit from Shen Miao at all. Thinking about what had happened before, Yi Mai could not help but tremble. She did not expect that Lu Jing would be that arrogant and stupid. Yi Mai had listened to the information of Lu Jing that Yi Maokai had inquired, but who knew that Lu Jing's jealousy would be as such? It was alright that she deliberately made things difficult for her, since Yi Mai was one who could withstand it. It was just that later it was Lu Zhen who got angry first, and Lu Zhen actually wanted to ruin her appearance. But how would Yi Mai be one who would suffer any loss? And thus in the dispute, she accidentally pushed Lu Jing down. She fled from the scene and initially thought of escaping during the chaos, as Yi Maokai would definitely not offend another because of her. Thus Yi Mai could only depend on herself. However, at this moment she discovered that after being in Longyi for such a long time, she did not have a route to retreat. One could not even tell if this Yi family backing was a friend or foe. However, her luck had always been not too bad and would often survive a bad situation. Since Lu Jing was dead and there was not witness to speak, she did not need to flee. Yi Mai slowly calmed down and thought of ways to bribe the unfavored Kairan. She knew that it was not possible to wipe off all the suspicious points away and simply made this pool of water murky. She let Yi Hongguang be the witness by scaring Yi Hongguang that if he did not lie, the entire Yi residence would be implicated. Yi Hongguang was not courageous and grew up in the Yi family residence since young and would not be clear of the relationship and situation in the outside her, and thus agreed under the fear. However, Yi Mai did not think that Yi Hongguang would be this useless and was even caught by Shen Miao. This act of framing was useless at the end, and Yi Mai finally understood the fear that the Lu family displayed during Ziyuan's appearance. It was a terrible thing to offend the residents of Prince Ruai. Previously she proposed Yi Maokai to assassinate Shen Miao, and today she instructed Yi Hongguang to frame Shen Miao, so Yi Mai felt that once Ziyuan investigate and found out that she was involved, he would definitely not let her off. There was also today, even though Empress Xianda and Emperor Yongle let her off unexpectedly at the end and Shen Miao did not delve into it, Yi Mai felt that something was wrong the more she thought about it and suspect that there was a deeper conspiracy. To speak about it after taking 1,000 steps back, Yi Maokai would sooner or later know of this matter. She had killed Consort Jing in an accident and created problems. Yi Maokai was such a smart person, so Yi Mai really did not know how would he deal with her. Yi Mai's heart was both fearful and angry, and there was also some frustration. This Longyi place seems to be going against her. When she was in Ken province, she was able to call for the wind and rain but would repeatedly hit against the wall in Longyi. Initially she had thought that by climbing to the Yi family, she would be able to soar up the skies, but at the end she was unable to even comprehend the situation of the Yi family and even offended people that she should not offend. One could no longer stay in Longyi and had to leave the Yi family. Suddenly there was such a thought in Yi Mai's heart. She unconsciously glanced over at Yi Hongguang. Yi Hongguang was quietly stroking the fur on his lap with his head lowered and did not look at her. Yi Mai's gaze turned cold. In order to escape from the Yi family and get away from Longyi, it was not an easy thing for her now. It was easy to get on the boat but difficult to alight. Moreover, there was a Yi Maokai that was watching like a tiger. However, if one were to continue to stay there, Yi Mai had a feeling that she would not know how would she even die. It was better to discuss with Yi in detail. Because of Consort Jing's matter, a lot of time was wasted in the palace. Thus when Shen Miao and Zi Jingxing returned from the palace, the skies were already dark. After bathing and dinner, Shen Miao was tidying up some letters at the table as she spoke to Zi Jingxing. One did not expect that the matter was like this. Zi Jingxing's subordinate had sent a message over and most likely had cleared up all the matters that happened in the palace today. Most probably Yi Mai had accidentally killed Lu Zhen, thus Shen Miao shook her head. One feared that even if the Lu family knew that it was Yi Mai's action, they would not show the hatred in their hearts. Zi Jingxing leaned back at the couch and watched her tidying up and answered with an N. Shen Miao questioned, "Then what would happen when the emperor discover the truth? Will he punish Yi Mai? What would investigating the matter or not do?" Zi Jingxing said without a care. Even if Yi Mai did not kill another accidentally, the Yi family cannot be remained. With Yi Mai kill another accidentally, the Yi family can just scare off a daughter that one picked up halfway. Yi Mao Kai would not feel hurt. Zi Jingxing shrugged his shoulders. Who cares about Consort Jing and the child in her womb? Shen Miao sighed. Emperor Yongle detested the Lu family and had no expectations with child that Lu Zhen carried in great difficulty, thus he would not be bothered by it. Perhaps with Lu Zhen's death, it would make Emperor Yongle sigh in relief. He did not love Consort Jing, but it was his flesh and blood. In the future, when the Lu family died, how would he face his son? Of course this child would not be developed fully and would suffer in this world. Heavens had made a choice for him, and perhaps it was the clearest decision. Speaking of which, in the palace today when something happened to Lu Jing, the emperor came but you were not present. What did you do? Shen Miao asked. She asked naturally, as Zi Jingxing was a very frank person, and as long as Shen Miao asked, he would answer about the matters of the imperial family's secrets. But today he only looked at Shen Miao and did not speak. Shen Miao was actually waiting for his reply, but upon seeing him not responding for a long time, her hands paused as she saw Zi Jingxing gently smiling at her. His gaze was gentle, as if he was seeing her as a precious thing to him. Shen Miao was startled and Zi Jingxing's lips hooked up. Come over here. She hesitated, and seeing Zi Jingxing's serious appearance, she stood up and walked over to the side of the bed and asked, "What is the matter?" And she was pulled into Zi Jingxing's embrace with a tug. Shen Miao was caught off guard and ended up in his embrace. She used all efforts to get up, but Zi Jingxing did not let her move and lifted her chin up as he spoke blandly. Do you remember the question that I once asked you before? If you wanted to be an empress or not? Remembered? Shen Miao paused a while before replying. Then now I will ask you again. He said. I do not want. Shen Miao said, my wish is very simple. Protect my loved ones and live well. Being an empress is very good, but I do not like it. Then how? He said, troubled. I too do not like it, but now have to do so. The head of the Jiao family had said that imperial older brother would not live more than half a year. The imperial edict was written today. I do not believe in fate, but there is no time left, he said with a sigh and placed Shen Miao's hands in his palm. I know that you do not like it, but can you tolerate it for me for a while? At least I can guarantee that I will never let you become a disposed empress. You will be the only woman of Great Liang's emperor, and the price you will pay is... He got closer to Shen Miao's ears and said viciously, in this lifetime, there is no way out.